This episode of New Product Rundown features HobbyBoss's Super Hornet, Academy's Panzer II, Takom's Zeppelins, and Academy's Godbees.
New Product Rundown brought to you by Hobby Zone USA, your source for hobby storage solutions, hard-to-find hobby tools, and aftermarket modeling needs. And by Cult TV Man's Hobby Shop, the place to go for science fiction and fantasy kits, details, masks, decals, and more.
Welcome to FineScale Modeler's New Product Rundown, our monthly look at new kits and more. I'm Tim Kidwell.
I'm Aaron Skinner. We have a ton of great kits to get through today, starting with the latest 1/48 scale A-18E, this time from HobbyBoss.
Now, in the Wayback Machine, right, if I climb on in, I built a Hornet in 1/72 scale and dressed it in Blue Angels markings. And now the Blue Angels are flying Super Hornets.
Yep, starting this year. Now, there have been a lot of 1/48 scale Super Hornets. Let's see what HobbyBoss has done with theirs.
Surface detail on the airframe components includes fine recessed panel lines and rivets. The major section of the upper fuselage includes the cockpit surrounds, leading edge extensions, and the center of the wings out to the fold. The remainder of the fuselage comprises the lower rear section incorporating the main gear bays, the outside of the intakes, the lower part of the leading edge extensions, the forward fuselage with exposed avionics bays, and the nose cone. A fairing blanks the opening for the rear cockpit.
After the lower halves of the inboard wing sections are on, the separate leading edge and trailing edge flaps can be posed up or down. Optional hinges allow the outer wings to be shown extended or folded. It appears that the one-piece stabilators are held in place by friction and may be movable. The vertical fins feature optional rudders to pose them in neutral position or canted, as they are often seen on the ground.
The cockpit features a tub with molded console controls, a multi-part ejection seat, instrument panel with sharply molded multifunction displays, and sides and controls. It sits atop the detailed nose gear bay with separate walls.
Two-part intake trunks terminate at the front fan of the pretty complete engines. Much of them won't be visible, but the detailed jet pipes lead to optional open or closed jet nozzles.
The Hornet's complicated landing gear looks well molded, and optional nose legs allow for the catapult bar to be shown in launch position. The wheels are molded in halves with hub and brake details.
In addition to the windshield and posable canopy, the clear parts provide lights and HUD glass. Photo etched metal brass supplies the harness, support for the HUD, and screen.
As the primary weapon delivery for the U.S. Navy, the Super Hornet carries a wide range of ordnance. The kit includes drop tanks, a D-704 Buddy refueling pod, AIM-120B and D missiles, sidewinders, JDAM, GBU-10, GBU-12, GBU-24, and Mark 83 bombs, as well as MER and TER racks, and AN ASQ-228 targeting pods.
Decals provide 6 marking options, including low-vis Super Hornets from VFA 31 and VFA 104, colorful CAG birds from VFA 102 and VFA 31, the #1 aircraft from the Blue Angels, and, because it's apparently required of all F-18E kits, Pete Maverick Mitchell's Super Hornet from the new Top Gun film. A full set of stencils and weapon markings are supplied.
This kit is sure to take you to the danger zone.
Of course it is. So our next kit...
Wait. Before we get going here, this is a kit of a German subject,
yes,
so
yes.
Watch your pronunciations.
Okay, thank you for the guidance.
You're welcome.
So Academy continues to release new toolkits of German armor. The latest being this Panzerkampfwagen II Ausf F.
And this kit has tanks that were used in North Africa.
Sharply molded, the parts include the lower hull that builds from a belly, sides with suspension attachments, front and rear plates, all bolstered with internal braces.
The suspension and running gear includes springs and road wheel arms, final drive housings, road wheels, drive sprockets, idlers, and return rollers that all get wrapped with link and length tracks.
Much of the upper hull comes as a single part incorporating the fenders, with side details and front plate, as well as an engine deck with open grills and glacis with separate transmission hatch. Top of the superstructure is separate with the turret race and deflectors. Spare tracks and road wheels, as well as jerry cans, stowage boxes, exhausts, Tools, lights, and more finish the hull. The instructions do a good job of differentiating the parts for each marking option.
The Panzer II's simple turret builds from upper and lower parts with a separate front plate that holds the mantlet for the 2-centimeter cannon and the 7.92 millimeter machine gun. The commander's hatch is separate, but no figure or interior is given.
Photo etch brass supplies jerry can racks, an exhaust shield, and more.
The small decal sheet provides options for 6 Panzer IIs in North Africa, most in 2-color camouflage, but there is one in captured markings used by U.S. troops.
So based on what FSM reviewers have said about other Academy tanks in recent years, I bet this one will go together just fine and produce a nice replica.
All right, now here are a pair of very interesting kits from Takom, 1/350th scale Zeppelins. Now, I don't want to be a downer, but to me, oh, come on, man. No, this is a bit niche, don't you think?
A little bit, but the truth of the matter is they're cool vehicles. We haven't seen very many kits of them. It's in a common scale and a manageable scale. And they look really interesting painted up depending on which version you pick. So I'd build them.
You think we'll see some of these at shows?
I guarantee it.
Okay.
It's kind of like submarines. They're kind of a basic too, but you can do a lot of things with them.
Well, let's dig into them.
Okay. The kits are nearly identical, with the bulk of the airships building from fore and aft hulls with molded ribbing. Also identical are the horizontal fins, upper gun position, machine guns and propellers, and parts of the bridge.
Where the kits diverge is in the size and shape of the gondolas, and the surface detail on the lower fuselage inserts, vertical fins, and the control surfaces. The lengthening for the Q-class is achieved with an insert amidships.
The photo etch metal frets differ ever so slightly. Short, clear stands are provided to display the models.
Obviously, the markings also differ. The P-class kit has 5 options, most of them in variations of cream and tan, although there is a camouflaged airship from the Battle of Verdun, and another with black on the belly. Of the 5 options offered in the Q-class, 4 are variations of cream and dark yellow. The camouflage ship is a what-if option.
So niche or not, these look really kind of cool, and I kind of want to build one.
Okay, just remember, mind your P's and Q's. Finally, let's take a look at Academy's God Phoenix.
Now this is the ship from the early series of Gatchaman, known to most Americans as Battle of the Planets or G-Force.
Yeah, this is one of those shows that as a kid, I watched along with Robotech and Star Blazers, Voltron. It's those shows, right? They're cartoons, so as a kid, you don't even realize that you're watching anime until later.
And then you were hooked, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Let's take a look at the kit. Like Academy's prior kit of the successor New God Phoenix, the parts are molded in color and can be built without paint or glue.
The main body is blue and features fine recessed panel lines, top and bottom. The movable wings have red leading edges, fences, and noses for the wingtip pods.
The engine section gets dark gray engine parts, including nicely molded nozzles. Same color is used for the intakes. The removable nose, with red cone, reveals the folded dish that reflects sunlight as a weapon.
Options abound, including posable bird and superbird missiles, replaceable landing gear, optional louvers for the vertical takeoff and landing system, separate G machines that can be posed ready to be launched, and the markings are given in both decals and stickers.
The kit available through Model Rectifier in the United States includes the LED lighting set to illuminate the engines and upper dome. It is powered by batteries in the base.
The orange-tinted clear plastic supplies some windows, engine plume effects, and the iconic Firebird effect.
So I built Academy's New God Phoenix when it came out, went together beautifully, looks great, fun to play with. I expected this to be just the same.
I used to sketch this spaceship while not paying attention in class all the time. Anyway, look for a review of the God Phoenix, the Panzer II, the Zeppelins, and the Super Hornet on FineScale.com.
While you're there, check out all of the other great stuff we offer, including videos, hundreds of reviews, and some great how-to info.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tim Kidwell.
I'm Aaron Skinner. We'll see you next month.
Are you ready? We'll do it again. There was a slur. There was a slur on the shirt. I'm like a dog. Squirrel. Car.
It's also diver. Diver. Also diver. Also diver. Photo etch metal frets also differ ever so slightly.
you.